Hi, I'm DJ, and I'm here to communicate my science using nothing but stock footage and kind of mediocre animation.
Agriculture is neat. About 7 billion people and probably a couple of quadrillion insects think so. Unfortunately, the relationship between these two parties has never been very harmonious, and for millennia man has been waging a war against a wide variety of pest species. But while there are hundreds or thousands of crops that are home to millions of pest species, we can narrow it down to one of each for this video. Sugarcane is basically just a tall grass that is widely cultivated and can be harvested for the production of molasses, bioethanol, and of course, sugar. Despite our scientific and popular love-hate relationship with sugar, one moth, at least in the African context, has no second thoughts when chowing down on the delicious insides of the sugarcane stalk. Aldana saccharina walker. Aldana is a stalk borer moth, meaning that its larvae will bore itself into the stalk of its host plant, aka sugarcane, and feed on the insides, causing direct losses by consuming the sucrose within and indirectly by stunting the growth of younger plants or introducing secondary infections such as red rot fungus. All in all, Aldana poses a serious risk for sugarcane farmers and has been a key focus area in South African sugarcane research for decades. A proposed pest control solution is the use of genetically modified sugarcane, specifically one containing genes from a ground-dwelling bacterium known as Bacillus thuringiensis. This gene allows the sugarcane, known as Bt sugarcane, to produce its own insecticide that will kill the larvae of any lepidopteran, that's moths and butterflies, that try to feed on it. Despite the popular opinion of GMOs being not great, this is absolutely a good thing as it makes effective pest control a relatively passive task and cuts down on the use of sprayed insecticides, which itself is not exactly viewed in a positive light as of late. Unfortunately, this does not come without its own risks, as nature has never been one to be passive and
life finds a way.
Over time, beneficial mutations could result in some insects becoming resistant to the Bt sugarcane, and genes this beneficial spread like wildfire. So how do we stop or at least delay this from happening? We use what is known as a high-dose refuge strategy, where we ensure that the Bt sugarcane is extremely potent to the point of killing any insect that contains some, but not all, of the resistant genes. With that, we keep aside areas of non-Bt sugarcane that houses susceptible insects, known as refuge. If resistant insects do pop up, the large susceptible populations in the refuge areas should help keep the resistant genes diluted enough that resistant populations are snuffed before they can become a problem. Right now, we don't really have much lab data available around how exactly the Aldana on Bt sugarcane scenario will pan out, but we do need to know how to plan a suitable refuge strategy already. That's where I come in. By using computer simulations of the Aldana lifecycle on Bt sugarcane and including a way for genes to flow from one generation to the next, we were able to run hypothetical scenarios that helped us better understand how resistance might develop and which parameters were more or less likely to predict successful refuge strategies. This project and many other simulation modeling projects in an ecological context can help us better understand how the world works before we can see it for ourselves, saving time and money on our endless quest for knowledge. Only time will tell how well Bt sugarcane will do in a larger pest management scheme, but for now, with computer simulation, at least we have an inkling. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.